In this video, we are going to learn how you can create Expensify expenses from Google Sheets automatically. So the idea here is that you are working with an organization who uses Expensify as your expense management software. Now you have created a Google Sheet in which you are entering the expense details. Now you want that whenever a new expense detail or a new data is added to your Google Sheet, automatically using those details, a new expense should get created into your Expensify account. For that, you need to integrate your Google Sheets with Expensify. So here your trigger application would be Google Sheets and your action application would be Expensify. So how you can integrate both these software applications using Pabbly Connect? For that, you need to come to my screen. So welcome to my screen. Here let us type Pabbly, pabbly.com in our browser. This is the website of Pabbly. Now, if you are a new user, you have to just click on sign up for free button and you can create your own account in just 2 minutes and you're going to get free task every month. If you're already a user of Pabbly Connect, simply click on sign in. In the all apps section, come to Pabbly Connect and click on access now. This is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Here we have to create a workflow. For that, come to this plus sign and click on create workflow. Now here we have to give a name to the workflow. So let us give the name as create Expensify expenses from Google Sheets. Here you can give the workflow name as per your requirement and simply click on create. Now we can see a trigger window and an action window. So Pabbly Connect works on the concept of trigger and action. Trigger means when this happens, action means do this. So in this particular use case, we want that whenever we add a data to our Google Sheet, automatically using those details, a new expense should get created into an Expensify account. For that, first we need to integrate our Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect. So open this trigger window and here choose the application name as Google Sheets. Select the trigger event as new or updated spreadsheet row. Now here we can see a webhook URL and some instructions. So by following these instructions, you can set up the webhook in your Google Sheets. So I'll just take you to the Google Sheet which I have already created named Expensify data. Okay, and here you can see that the sheet name is expense sheet where I am entering the details of the expenses, that is the date on which I have spent and the merchant name, category and the amount. Okay. So now I want to link this particular Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect. For that, we have to click on extensions, click on add-ons and come to get add-ons option. Now it will take us to Google Workspace Marketplace. Here we have to search for Pabbly Connect webhooks. Now you have to install Pabbly Connect webhooks on your system. As you can see that it is already installed on my system, I'm just going to close this window. But remember, after installing Pabbly Connect webhooks on your system, you have to refresh your Google Sheet. I repeat, after installing Pabbly Connect webhooks on your system, you have to refresh your Google Sheet. Now come to extensions, Pabbly Connect webhooks and click on initial setup. Now here it is asking for the webhook URL and the trigger column. So here we have to paste the webhook URL that we have seen in Pabbly Connect. So let's move to Pabbly Connect and from here we'll be copying this webhook URL and we will be pasting the same over here. Okay. Now it is asking for the trigger column. So let us read the instructions. The trigger column will be your final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row data will be sent to the webhook URL. So in my case, you can see that I have the data from column A till column D and I want the data to be captured till column D. So my trigger column will be column D over here. Let's suppose you have the data till column J and you want the data to be captured till column J, then you have to give the trigger column as column J over here. Okay. Now let's click on send test. Test data sent successfully. Okay. And now let's click on submit. Setup configured successfully. Okay. Now let's close this window. Again, we have to come to extensions, Pabbly Connect webhooks and this time click on send on event. So why we are selecting this option? Because next time whenever you're going to add a new data to this particular Google Sheet, automatically Pabbly Connect is going to capture the data. We don't have to link the data again and again. So make sure you have a tick mark on the send on event option over here. Okay. Now let's move back to Pabbly Connect and when we scroll down, we can find the responses received and all the details of our Google Sheet are captured over here. Here we can find the date, merchant name, category, amount, even the spreadsheet details are also captured. That is spreadsheet name, it's a sheet name, sheet ID, row index and other details also. So now we want that using these details, automatically a new expense should get created into your Expensify account. For that, let's scroll down and click on this action window, and here choose the application name as Expensify. Select the action event as create expense. Click on connect. Click on add new connection. And now it is asking for the partner user ID and partner user secret key. For that, we are going to read the instructions. Enter partner user secret. You can find or create your credentials from here. So I'm just going to click on this hyperlink. And we are redirected to Expensify server access over here. And here we can find the server URL, partner user ID and partner user secret. So here we need just two details, that is partner user ID. So let's copy partner user ID from here. And I'll be pasting the same over here. In the same way, let us copy partner user secret key also. So it is not provided over here because of the security reasons. So I'm just going to regenerate the partner user secret key. So let's click here to regenerate your partner user secret key. And here we can find the credentials. So I'm just going to copy the secret key from here, and I'll be pasting the same over here to create a connection. Okay, and before that, let's move to Expensify secret key over here once again. And here we can see that the instruction is mentioned, when you have recorded these credentials in a secure place, click here to return to the Expensify homepage. So you have to just copy these credentials somewhere safely so that you can use them for creating some further automations. Okay, so now let's move back to Pabbly Connect, and now we are going to click on save. And now the Expensify account is connected to Pabbly Connect. Now here the policy and the employee email is automatically captured just because I have already created a policy in my Expensify account. Okay. So now if you have already created the policy, it will automatically get captured over here along with the employee email. Now it is asking for the date, currency, merchant name and other details for the expense that needs to be created. So we have already got all these details from our trigger response over here. Okay. So we will be mapping this data now. So let's scroll down. Here we have to map the date. And here it is mentioned that enter the date in YY, MM and DD format. Okay, so we have got the date in the same format over here also. That is in YY, MM and DD. So let us map the date from trigger response. In the same way, here we have to give the currency. Enter the 3-letter currency code for the expense. So as we are in India, I am just giving the currency as INR. Okay, here you have to give your country currency code over here. Now it is asking for the merchant name. So let us map it from Google Sheet trigger response. That was MPV. Here it is asking for the amount. But here the instruction is also mentioned that the amount of the expense should be in cents. But this particular amount is not in the cents. We have taken the amount as 5,000 rupees. So now we are going to convert this particular amount in cents. Okay. So let's click on this plus sign and add an action step over here. And choose the application as number formatter over here. Select the action event as perform math operation. Click on connect. And now here we need to give the numbers that needs to be formatted. So here we are going to map the number, that is the amount from our trigger response. And along with that, I'm just giving 100 with a comma. Okay. Now here it is asking for the operation. What do you want to do with these two numbers? So we want to multiply these two numbers. Okay. Because 1 rupee is equals to 100 paisa in India. So here we have to just convert this particular amount into paisa format, okay, in the cents format. So now let's click on save and send test request. And here we have got the result and the amount is in the cents now. Now we are going to map this particular amount. For that we have to just make a connection once again because we have added an action step. So click on connected. And here we are going to select the existing connection because we have recently created a connection and simply click on save. Now let's scroll down and here we'll be mapping the amount that we have got from our number formatter. Okay. Now here it is asking for the category of the expense. So if you have the category, you can just select it from the drop down. I'm having the category as electricity expense. And if you're having the expense comment or some description, you can just give it over here. So as we are not having the details, I'm just leaving this field as blank. And now let's click on save and send test request. Okay, and here we can see that a new expense is created. So now let's check our Expensify account. And here you can see that I don't have any expenses. So I'm just going to refresh my account. Okay, and here we can see a new expense is created. Merchant as MPB. Here we can find the date as 9th of September. Here we can find the amount as 5,000 rupees. And here we can find the category as electricity. So as we have not given the description, it is blank over here. Okay, so in this way we can see that our integration is working fine. Let's move back to Pabbly Connect and let us save this workflow first. Data saved successfully. Okay, now we have set up an automation. This is a one-time process. Next time, whenever the data will be added to your expense Google Sheet, automatically a new expense will get created into your Expensify account. So we are going to check this in the real time that whether our integration is actually working fine or not. For that, I'll just move to my Google Sheet once again, and here we are going to enter another detail. So let's give the date as same date, that is 9th of September 2022. Here I'll be giving the merchant name as Fleet Services. Okay, let's give the category as transportation charges. Okay, I'm just going to edit this transportation. Okay, transportation charges. And let's give the amount as 15,000. Okay, I'm just giving a random expense detail over here. Okay, so we have entered the details. Now let us check our Expensify account. We have to just refresh it. Okay, and here we can see a new expense added. Merchant as Fleet Services. We can find the amount as 15,000 rupees and category as transportation charges. And here we can find today's date also. So in this way, we can see that our integration is perfectly working fine. Let's move back to Pabbly Connect. And now I'll just minimize all these windows and let us see in a nutshell whatever we have done till now. So first we have created an integration between Google Sheet and Pabbly Connect so that whenever a new data is added to your Google Sheet, automatically the details are captured in Pabbly Connect. Then we have applied the number formatter just because the amount was required in the cents, okay, to create an expense in Expensify. And then using these details, we have added a new expense, or we have created a new expense in our Expensify account. And in this way, we have learned that how we can create Expensify expenses from Google Sheets using Pabbly Connect. Thank you.
So not just these software applications, you can integrate a ton of applications and automate your business using Pabbly Connect. In case of any queries, you can visit our Pabbly forum. To check the pricing details of Pabbly Connect, you can visit this particular URL. Also, the link of Pabbly Connect and this workflow is available in the description box. You can clone the same workflow into your account directly. If you really like this video, please comment, share and subscribe. Thank you everyone.